Hello and welcome to Nerd Positively Reviewed. This is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that do and don't. Each episode, we will travel to the realms of awesomeness, and I'll answer the question that we all ask ourselves every time we watch a TV show or movie. Where the hell do I know them from? I'll take a look at the directors, writers, and actors, and then read some of the best good and bad reviews I can find based on title alone. I'll even give you my thoughts as well. Also, you could make up your own damn mind in under 30 minutes. I'm the self proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Buchanan, and this is Nerd Positively Reviewed. I watched I watched Trap, pretty much where I watch most of my movies at B&B Theaters in Ankeny, Iowa, and my experience was fantastic. I took my two youngest kids, my 12-year-old and my 14-year-old. They were fine with it. My brother-in-law and my wife. It was a fun experience. I liked it a lot. Um, I wanted to see this ever since I saw the first trailer. I do like M. Night Shyamalan movies. Shyamalan, however you say it. I'm sorry. And I like the twist. He had me ever since The Sixth Sense, and I remember seeing that movie when it was new. And so it's kind of like, what's happening here? It was good. It was good. I can't wait to get into my thoughts of it. Hopefully, some of the reviews that I read will be able to sway me maybe just a little bit. And let's talk about some of the background information. This was released on August 2nd of 2024 nationally. I saw it yesterday, which would have been the 4th of August. They're right now on IMDb. This is sitting at about a 6.2 out of 10. And Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 50% on the tomato meter and a 65% on the audience score. And I'm probably closer to the tomato meter than the audience score, if I'm being real at this time. Will that stay the same? I don't know. We will see. Before we get into a lot of it, let's see what some of the actual critics are saying about the movie. Allison Wilmore from New York Magazine and Vulture say this: Trap, in other words, is as much a movie about the difficulties of staying present in the moment as it is about being a serial killer on the lam, and that actually is a twist worth savoring. Well played. John, I'm going to say this last name wrong. Olkininsky, John Olkininsky from the New York Post says there aren't really game-changing shocks here so much as detours. Shyamalan takes what your non-serial killer father might call the scenic route. And I kind of like that. Rachel Wagner from rachelreviews.net says it's just become a tedious and far too generic for its own. IMDb, the synopsis of the movie is: a father and his teen daughter attend a pop concert only to realize they've entered the center of a dark and sinister event. This was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan from The Sixth Sense, Signs, The Happening, Old, and 1,000 other things. The main stars in here, we're going to go through the list for a while, at least till we hit all the main characters. Josh Hartnett, yes, that Josh Hartnett. He plays Cooper, the actual serial killer, and he's known for Lucky Number 11. Love that movie. 30 Days of Night, again, I love that movie as well. The Faculty, Black Hawk Down, so much more. He was in The Bear for an episode. He was in Oppenheimer a little bit, not a big part of it. He's in Die Hard, Black Mirror, Operation Fortune, Ruse de Gear, The Fear Deluxe, a TV series back in 2022. Ida Road, Wrath of Man, Exterminate All the Brutes, Die Hard, the TV series, Most Wanted, Paradise Lost, and the list goes on and on and on. Next up on the cast is Ariel Donahue. She plays Riley, his daughter. Very, very good actress. We're going to get a lot more from this actress. She's fantastic. She's mostly known for Wolf Like Me, which I don't remember her in that. So I'm gonna have to rewatch that a little bit. Blue Back, Tough, and High Life. Also looks like Caught and Tough as well. And let's see who's next. We have Salika Salaman. She plays Lady Raven, the kind of the pop star in the movie, and she is mostly known for Signs. Old, she's part of the soundtrack in Old. She's in the soundtrack for Servant, and that is pretty much about it for her. We have Allison Pill. She plays Rachel, and this is one of those where I know I knew her from somewhere and I couldn't quite picture it. I got there, but she was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She was Kim Pine. She was Eva in Goon. In Milk, she was Anne Cronenberg. Cooties, she was Lucy. Let's see here. Hello Tomorrow, a TV series. She was in that. She's Myrtle Mayburn. She's the voice of Elisa in Archer. Dr. Agnes Girardi in Star Trek Picard. That's the one that got me there. She was also in Devs, a great TV miniseries. She played Katie in that. If you haven't seen that, really, really should. She's a very good actress and unknown. Haley Mills. She plays Dr. Josephine Grant. She is most known for Pollyanna, where she plays Pollyanna from back in 1960, The Parent Trap in 1961, Tiger Bay, she's Gilly, and That Darn Cat in 1965. More recently, let's see here, The Wheel of Time she was in. She was in one episode of that. Unforgotten, a TV series where she plays Lady Emma Hume. Compulsion in 2022. She's in a couple episodes of that as Connie Bertram. Last Train to Christmas, where she plays Mom in 2021, and so much more. Jonathan Langdon plays Jamie, and our favorite t-shirt worker. He's in Robin Hood, where he plays Tuck, most notably for Special Correspondence, The Bellboy, and No Tomorrow, where he is Hank for 13 episodes. Also, he is a voice of the coach in the Zombies, the reanimated series. Let's see what else. My Little Pony, Tell Your Tale. He's Eggman, Bunny, Jam Donut, and Orange. Robin Hood, Summer Memories, Zombies 3, where he plays Coach, and Nosferatu, he is Lou Carmody. Let's see, Mark Bacacole, he plays Spencer. No spoilers, at least yet. He's known for just this and Altar Boy, where he plays Daniel. Kid Cudi. Let's get into Kid Cudi a little bit. Kid Cudi is in the movie as well, and he's known for Don't Look Up, where he plays DJ Cello. X as Jackson in Need for Speed, where he's Benny, and more. That's the main crew of the movie. Let's get into some reviews. Before we get into it, here's my disclaimer. I base the reviews I choose solely on title alone and have not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words I normally know speak good. I will do my best to read them as I see it, punctuation good, bad, and all. We're going to start with some bad reviews. This is a 1 out of 10, and this is called It's a Trap, all right. Warning, spoilers, this is dated for the 2nd of August of 2022. He lured everyone in under the guise that this is a suspense thriller with some wild twist at the end. Instead, what you get is an hour and a half of audition tape for his daughter's music and I guess acting career. And now you're trapped in the theater having to listen to her awful music and watch her terrible acting. I don't think she's that bad. No, but really, I think this movie was only made for the director to try to set his daughter up in Hollywood. The movie was pointless. By the time it got to the end and the credits began, all I could think was, why? What was the point of this? Nothing happens at the concert. They make it to the butcher's home and nothing happens. The wife makes a reveal, but even then, it was lightweight and didn't mean anything. Watching this reminded me of the movie Red Eye, where the trailers made it look like it was going to be something, and it turned out to be nothing really. Unless this really does somehow set up the daughter's music career, but I doubt it. Well, that was well played there at the end. All right, let's do another bad review. This is another 1 out of 10 and is called Is This the New Level of Stupid the Director Thinks of Its Audience? Dated for the 4th of August, 2024. Warning spoilers. So I'm a person with who, I'm sorry. So I am a person who not only hates commercials, but actively tries to avoid them by buying the products. However, if by buying a product, in this case, the ticket to the movie, I am still presented to at least half an hour of commercials of the director's daughter, Salika, well, I am pissed. Not only is this commercial for the set of a very generic, uninteresting pop songs that kind of sound like anything that is on the market, but it gets into the way of the movie's plot and decision making. Instead of having the movie about a main antagonist who is trying to come up with smart plans and escape or whatever, he just keeps on returning to listen to pop songs. Then he goes home and doesn't escape the songs either because he's treated to another pop song played on the piano. I don't know if this is the new level stupid Hollywood thinks of their people, where they are now creating movie commercials to promote their daughters, husbands, wives, and children. But I, for one, will not buy another ticket from this director from now on. All right, man. Um, I didn't think she was the worst part of the movie. By no means. The the songs are there. It's supposed to be generic. It's supposed to be in that Taylor Swift, and all the other people that sing like that. Sorry, my kids aren't around right now. And yes, he keeps on coming back there because that's where his daughter is. I don't got nothing for you there. Let's do another bad review though. Okay, this one is a little bit longer. It's also another 1-star review and called So Bad, So Very Bad, but recommended. There are spoilers. Warnings for this is dated for the 2nd of August of 2024. So bad, so very bad as only M. Night Shyamalan can make them. As usually, nothing wrong with the production value. I am guessing at this point, Mr. Shyamalan can spend the money he wants as long as the movie gets worldwide release and is likely to get a half decent opening weekend. This probably has more to do with calculated profit than anything else. Well, back to the movie. From the start, the dialogue stood out. It was just sounded weird, corny, and clumsy all of the way. And you start to think, is there a point to it? Is it supposed to sound this way? Is it leading up to some big Shyamalan twist? Are they all aliens pretending to be humans? But no. After a while, you come to realize that the corny, unnatural dialogue is there only in order to try to string together an even more clumsy and corny storyline. At this point, you come to accept that you are on a Shyamalan's home turf. There are too many moments to mention where you are just mesmerized by some weird, ridiculous dialogue, and then you are quickly see that the only function of the scene was to force the story on to the next scene, or to awkwardly try to fill some of its many, many plot holes. So if you already think M. Night Shyamalan's movies are somewhat repetitive and silly, I actually think you might find this one quite funny, and it might be worth a hate watch. As M. Night Shyamalan movies go, there is always a twist, and this is no exception. A bit of meta twist, though. After watching it, I went to IMDb to see if there are any good, funny reviews, and there it was. The hero slash lead role in the movie, the young, immensely popular pop star, is played by, wait for it, Salika Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, who coincidentally is trying to become a pop star. I laughed so hard I cried when I saw this. You could make this stuff up. She is a god awful actress, but to fair it up, it was most likely her pop career that this movie is supposed to launch, not her acting career. You are forewarned, though, as the music scenes are clearly dragged out and way too long to make any sense in the crime horror mystery movie it's supposed to be. But in a way, I don't really blame M. Night Shyamalan for using his position as a tool for his daughter's career. For all I know, Mr. Shyamalan is oblivious. I can't say that word. Obviously, I think is where they're trying to go. To me, why anyone would let him anywhere near a film studio. But it is living, so why not milk it for all it's worth while it lasts? I used to get annoyed with Mr. Shyamalan, but that was many, many movies ago. Now I know what to expect, and by this time, I got a good 100 minutes of weird awkwardness and a good laugh at the end. So I'm happy, and I say, good on you, Mr. Shyamalan. Just keep them coming. I don't have a coincidence to give it more than 1 star because it simply is so very, very bad in so many ways. But I do recommend it. Might become a cult classic. Well said. Well said. I agree with a lot of what this said. I didn't think she was that bad, to be honest with you, but everybody else did. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Let's move on to some good reviews. All right, this one is a 10 out of 10 and is from the 2nd of August. And this one is called Such a Fun Ride. Warning, spoilers. Just finished watching the premiere and absolutely loved it. Kept me on the edge of my seat. Love the feeling of not knowing what's going to happen next. It did not disappoint. Be ready for psychological warfare with a twist and turns. I thought the acting was great. Josh is such a good serial killer. The butcher is definitely not someone to mess around with. Also had funny and cringy moments. Found myself making uncomfortable faces and giggling. The main actor is so charming and kind of hot. It's bad having a serial killer crush. I like the different settings. It felt like they went for it and kept it exciting. A must watch. Well done. And I got another 10 out of 10, another good review. This one's called Kept Me on the Edge of the Seat the Whole Time from the 3rd of August of 2024. And warning, spoilers. Love the suspense. Finally, something fresh. I didn't even want to look away from the screen for a second. I like the main actor's appearance. Fits the role. He was so believable too. Perfect for the role. To the people who write negative comments, you should watch some of the true crime cases. Psychopaths are incredibly smart, and police and other authorities not so much. He knew something was off right away because criminals always think police is out to get them, even if they are just passing by. They electrocuted him instead of killing him because they try to catch high-profile criminals alive so they can face trial, etc. Also, trailer didn't reveal anything because we knew he's a killer, right away. So that wasn't even supposed to be the twist. All right, well said. I don't got nothing to add to that. Let's do another good review. This one is a 9 out of 10 stars and it's called Involving Well-Made and Inventive Thriller, dated the 2nd of August, 2024. Warning, spoilers. After the disappointing knock on the door, I was pleasantly surprised with this new Night Shyamalan. No mysterious and unfathomable happenings this time. No innuendos of supernatural causes. Here we are presented with an all too real, relentless villain who gets caught up in a cleverly played cat and mouse game with the FBI. The setting in the middle of a pop concert is a real find. While the combination of Josh Hartnett's unscrupulous, cunning schemes with the presence of his unsuspecting and endearing teenage daughter, Ariel Donahue, works like a charm. The clever script provides an inventive twist when the villain gets outsmarted by Lady Raven, Salakai Shyamalan. Sorry, I am going to mispronounce that name every time. And later on, another one when the role of the wife, Alison Pill, turns out to be a lot bigger than just that of an insignificant little mouse. Still boyishly handsome, Josh Hartnett is absolutely great, convincingly playing a caring father, as well as an evil, crazed mastermind. Salakai Shaman's a real surprise. She did a fine job, both as an actress and singer, assuming that it was really herself singing and dancing. By the way, the concert that made the background of the movie was awesome with some great songs and could go on tour without any problem. Sure, some things in the script were a bit far-fetched and unrealistic, like Lady Raven keeping her cool so admirably under the threatening pressure of a mass murderer, or the villain escaping time and time again right from the under the noses of the throngs of policemen. And the very last scene was maybe a bit too cliche, as in the evil isn't really over yet. But for the rest, a solid, involving, and very entertaining thriller. That, come to think of it, in spite of featuring a mass murderer nicknamed the Butcher, didn't have any drop of blood or hardly any violence in it. It simply didn't need it. Well done. Here's my thoughts. So I have 5 thoughts on it. This is a great premise, but all in all, I think it was just okay. I don't think we got a ton in it. I think could have done a little bit different, but it was okay. 2, Josh Harden and Ariel Donahue steal the show. They were so good, which is good because they were the main characters. Absolutely. 3, I liked Salika Shyamalan. I think she has a bright future, maybe as an actress or pop star. I say bring it. I say bring it on. I'd rather my kids listen to her than some of the ones that are out there right now. So 4, I wish there was a better second twist. It would have been cool to have the wife in on it as well. I think that would have been really cool. And last one, thought number 5. I was left wanting more. And what more do you want from a movie when you want more when it's over? So they did that right. All in all, I'm gonna say out of a 1 out of 10 on the IMDb, I would give this a 6 out of 10. So I'm closer to the IMDb rating audience score than I am anything else. And then probably 60%, 60 out of 10 out of 100% for the Rotten Tomatoes. My favorite character was Josh Hartnett in the movie. He was great in it. It was shot well. I got no complaints there. Yes, there was definitely some cringe moments. I think that was on purpose. The ghost of the mom, morning spoilers, was kind of cool. And I was looking for more of that, but they didn't really go there. So it is what it is. I think you should go see it. But if you're busy or if you're trying to figure out if you should see this one or Deadpool and Wolverine, I'd say I'd pick Deadpool Wolverine. Or this week Borderlands comes out. I'd pick Borderlands over it. Next week is Alien Romulus. I'd pick Aliens Romulus over it too. So we'll do more of the stuff when it comes out. So I would say this with Movie Fog. I would give this a 3 out of 5 for the Movie Fog. You do enter the world and you're in you want the story. I found myself, I'm gonna get back in this, that the thing I wanted to see how Josh Hartnett was gonna get away, how he was gonna make it through the movie without being killed or by the FBI or outsmart them. And he's the main character and did a great job. So for it. Now it's up to you to decide. Where would you rank this? What do you think about it? Let me know. You can find me, friend me, or follow me on Facebook at Nerd Positive, TikTok at Nerd Positive 1, and Instagram still at the Fandemic 1, because you have to catch the Fandemic before you can be Nerd Positive. And if you feel there's more of a conversation, feel free to reach out and let's talk. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next guest on Nerd Positive. If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. buymecoffee.com/nerdpositive, patreon.com/nerdpositive, PayPal or Venmo at Bradley B10. Most importantly, just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you like this. Check out All Things Nerd Positive. Hear my fun conversation with my tag team partner, Brian, or whoever else I'm talking to at the time. I got a couple books out there as well, some kids' books. The Leveling of My Awesome and the Stuffed Animal Night Force versus the Dream Invaders on Amazon. All right, Trap 2024. You just got Nerd Positively reviewed.